What's happening? What's happening, guys? Good morning to you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get everything set up on my end. Happy Sunday to you guys. Uh, just wanted to come on this evening, into the afternoon on this Sunday evening. I want to be able to get my journey out, my story, what I have personally experienced on my own self. Right, so I want to get that out there so you guys know where I'm coming from. You guys will know why I do what I do and why I go as hard as I do. And actually, I should go harder, which is coming really soon. Just want to, and it's a humbling experience to be able to tell your story. I don't really have a presentation or anything like that prepared. I'm just going to pretty much just tell my story, right? How I went from my first credit card to the boss's credit card, right? And it's not an easy journey, but it's a simple journey, if that makes sense, right? A lot of people, and I've been there, I struggle with the plague of credit issues, right? I battle with the plague of credit issues. I've been in the financial jail of debt, right? Overwhelming debt, right? So much that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I needed to do something. Sorry, one of my quotes is flashing up. So something flashed across the screen. That's one of my quotes that I look at every day. Yeah, I know I needed to do something, right? I know I needed to do something, but what? What is out there that can actually really help me get out of this financial hole that I was in? And I tell people all the time, the first step of getting out of a hole is, number one, stop digging. That means you need to just pause where you're at, figure out where you're at, and climb, right? Start climbing. There's a lot of things out there and a lot of things that I represent, that I bring to the people, that is a ladder out of this financial hole, right? So first things first, guys, the things I do with the credit, the debt, business, and everything like that, it's not necessarily for financial gain, right? It is for financial freedom, right? It's for getting out of that hole and helping other people that need help out of that hole and get them out of that hole, right? Because it is very stressful when you're got a lot of debt, when you're getting debt collectors call you all times of the day and night. They're calling you 2-3 times a day. If you have like 5 creditors, it seems like your phone is ringing every 10-15 minutes. You're scared to answer the phone because you think it's another debt collector, bill collector, or whatever it is, and your credit is taking a hit, right? Your credit is taking a hit. And a lot of people just need help. There's a lot of people that are embarrassed to ask for help. They got a sense of pride that they don't want to ask for help, even though they need it, right? They'll rather not do anything because they don't want to be looked at as a failure, or they don't want to be looked at as they don't know what they're doing, or be looked at as they're down and out, right? And what I say to those people, if you don't want anybody to know, but you know you need help, just go to the website there. Just go to the website there and get your own information, right? But I will tell you, I have a lot of prominent people that inbox me that everybody thinks they're doing well. They inbox me, right? because they need help. They got a lot of debt. Their credit took a hit. They need money for their businesses, right? And I offer a platform that can do just that. I always say, if you know you need help, you need to jump on it. You need to just go ahead and do it. Forget what people say, because other people are not going to necessarily help you pay bills. They're not going to help you pay all your bills. So it's up to you. And you may be in a situation that is not your fault. And that's okay, right? Maybe you went through a divorce. Maybe you had whatever it is. No matter what. Maybe it is your fault. Maybe you just said, you know what? I'm not paying that bill. I quit my job and didn't realize I was going to pay. I was going to figure out how I was going to pay it later. Maybe that's the case. It doesn't matter the case, right? It doesn't matter the case at all. But it's what you do to get yourself out of that. If it was identity theft, so we need to protect your identity. We need to work on what's going to increase that credit, right? Because rent is outrageous, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree. Rent is outrageous, right? People are paying way more rent than it would be on a mortgage on a really nice house, right? But you're never going to get that chance if the credit isn't right. You're not going to get that chance, right? There's people that are paying $2,000 plus every month in rent, and there's no end to that rent. You're going to be paying that for 20, 30 years if you stay there. And it's practically no benefit to you. Yes, there's programs that you can get your rent on your credit. Yes, they are, but it's nothing like having a mortgage, right? It's nothing like having a mortgage. The place that you're paying $2,000+ in rent, probably would have cost you about $1,000 in a mortgage, right? So, back on my journey is like, if you don't know, I was in the Air Force, and I got out of the Air Force, and I realized bills are not going to stop just because you make your financial choices to do something else, right? So the money at first was not the same as it was in the military. You realize there's a lot of things that you get in the military that you don't get as a civilian, right? And so all that started mounting up. And so, I was in the phase where I'm picking and choosing which bills I want to pay, right? Which ones were important, which ones I could afford at that time, and so forth and so forth. So that was every single month, If you guys ever been through that is very stressful to figure out which bill you want to pay, right? A lot of times it's like, you know what, I'm going to pay the one that's the latest, the farthest past due. Start paying that one and try to work my way back. So every month I had a different strategy. Like whatever, I don't have enough to pay them all, so I need to pay some. And that's where I'm at. I'm not sure if you guys ever experienced that, but on top of that, you had to save up to move because I was stationed in Nebraska, so I'm in Nebraska when I got out the Air Force. I'm in Nebraska. I'm from North Carolina, so man. You're worried about, hey, I got to save up to try to move back to North Carolina, right? So that took several years to do. Again, pick and choose paying bills, and all this time, credit's taking a hit. So you move back to North Carolina, you're like, you know what? I need to get a house. You can't get a house because now your bills you pick and choose to pay, they start reporting that thing to the credit bureaus. When you try to go get a house, they look at these credit bureaus and they say, we're not going to give you a loan, right? I'm thinking, I'm a guy that's, been in the military, did tours overseas, was over there doing the war and everything, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm good. No, not necessarily, because they're not going to judge you on that. They're going to judge you by what's on that credit report, not what you've done. It's on that credit report. That's why credit is so important. It is important, right? And credit is, a lot of times, credit and debt and finances is a subject a lot of people do not want to talk about, because a lot of people don't understand it enough to have a conversation on it. They just want it done, and they want it good, and they just want it now, but they don't understand how it works. You didn't destroy it in one day. You can't build it up in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day, right? But one bad decision, yes, can destroy it. But it takes a lot of great decisions to get it back up. And one of the great decisions is to find out and to realize you need to do something about it, right? So, fast forward to make a long story short. Yeah, I started selling cars, got in the financial bit, got in the car business, and started selling cars, right? So at that point, I got my first glimpse of how important credit is, right? So as a salesperson, you can do a great walk around before there. You're showing the features and benefits of the car you're currently looking at. Okay, you're showing the car is a walk around. You're going all the ins and outs on the cars. That's also a walk around. You can do an A+ walk around, right? Like the customer loves you, customer loves the car. You do the application and you realize they got bad credit, right? You can spend hours. What's going on, Amanda? Thomas, what's going on? You can spend hours with a customer to find out the bank won't even do anything for them, right? Hours. As a salesperson, you don't get paid unless you sell a car, right? You get paid for selling a car. So you realize very quickly credit is important, right? You want the client that can qualify as a salesperson. Same thing as a realtor, right? Now, a lot of realtors don't show houses unless you got a pre-approval. So think about if you go to a car dealership and they won't even show you a car unless you get pre-approved, right? That's how most realtors are doing it now, because I'm not going to show you 5 and 6 houses and you don't qualify. So how do you qualify? The credit has to be good, right? The credit has to be good. And a lot of people know this, but there's so much junk and so many variables that people just stay away from it, right? The other thing is, they may find a way to help, and they get scared to get cold feet about taking that step, because it's a scary thing. Like, man, what if I do this program and it doesn't work? I'm going to look at this as I lost money, right? I wasted time. But I can tell you this. If you do nothing, you will get nothing. If you do nothing, you will get nothing. Nothing will ever happen. You will never get there. And you're going to be stuck in that hole forever. Credit is just not going to magically get better. It's not how it works. It's like credit is like muscles, right? Are you ever going to get muscles? Now, I don't really have it at mine, but are you ever going to get muscles? Look at a bodybuilder. Are you ever going to get muscles if you never work out? Right? Amanda says you got to put in that work. Absolutely. Me and Amanda go way back. You know what I mean. You ask a bodybuilder. Go to any of these fitness places. These fitness places are $1 billion companies. Why? Because they understand you have to work it out to get what you want, right? If your goal is to lose weight, right, you got to put in a lot of cardio to lose weight. You can't not do cardio. You can't just look at a fitness tape on TV and think you're going to lose weight by that. No, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the action, right? You got to buy some of these plans that's going to teach you what you need to do. So let's put this in a fitness perspective. Everybody has different fitness goals, right? Some people want to build muscle. Some people want to tone. Some people want to lose weight, right? Some people want to eat better. Some people want the combination of all of it. Everybody's different. When you go into a gym, people do a gym membership because a gym has everything, right? They have everything, so you can do what you want to work on at that specific time of each day. Maybe it's leg day. Maybe it's arm day. Maybe it's a cardio day, right? Maybe it's a spinning class, right? Maybe it's Pilates. Maybe it's yoga, right? That's why people join these fitness clubs, right? So you got to look at your finances the same way. You have to join a financial fitness club because everybody has different goals in mind. People are in different spots from you, right? Some people need to get negative items off their credit. Some people need to build credit. Some people has a lot of debt and need to pay the debt down, right? Some people need identity theft. Some people are looking to start a business. Some people are looking for business funding. Some people are looking for life insurance. Some people are looking for personal loans. So what I did is I partnered myself with a company that is going to help me with the problem I have of credit. That's going to help me build my problem of credit. And it's going to help me with the problem of my debt. Because those are the problems I had. And I needed help. So what better is to join a club that's going to take care of each one of my issues when I'm ready for it. And I know a lot of people don't have this information. So this is another reason is I became an affiliate to be able to spread the word. Like, guys, there's a way. There's a way. You would think of me being in the financial space for pretty much 10 years that no one follow me should have credit issues. That no one follow me would have credit issues. You would think people are going to buy cars now and have 700 plus credit scores, 800 plus credit scores. Right? And I stand behind that no one follow me should have credit issues. No one follow me should have debt issues. Because I have a platform that can help you with all of it. The platform comes with a money back guarantee. So the whole thing is, am I going to lose money? No, if you don't see any results, you get your money back. Where do they do that at? Everybody that's looking at this to like and share this, because maybe you're okay. Maybe you're already out of the financial crisis in your life. Maybe you are. But there's people following you that are not. And they just need to know where to go. That's where you go right there at the bottom. That's where you go. Or inbox me. We can do a needs analysis to figure out we can do a free needs analysis to figure out what you currently are going to be needing. Then we can go over what are you going to be wanting? What's the end goal? What is our destination? Right? So the first thing we need to figure out, what is our destination? Do we have one? Are we at our destination already? If you're not at your destination already, what is? Right? And that's where I was at. I was at a crossroad to figure out, what do I want? I want to own a house. I want a car that I want, not a car that they're going to pick out for me. I want a good credit card. Right? I want credit cards with rewards. So when I use that credit card, I get something back when I use the card. Right? I don't pay any of my bills with a debit card anymore. Why? Because the debit card isn't giving me rewards. My credit card does. Right? And I build up my points and use those points to go on vacation. I was like, smart. I'm using other people's money. And then I just pay the credit card off, right? I use my debit card to pay the credit card bills. That's all I do. So that's going both ways. So let me go back in my story and talk about this little first credit card. I got this first credit card. Guys, had a $300 limit on it. You only had a $300 limit on it, right? So I finally got to a spot where somebody would give me credit, a credit card. And I felt, man, I was like, man, I got $300, right? Me being without for so long, guess what I did? Spent it until I realized me having that credit card and maxing it out hurt me further. See, these are things you don't know unless you get help, right? These are things you don't know until you get help. So I realized that, so I paid the balance down, and I realized, I sat and thought, I said, man, credit cards are the devil. Man, credit cards, man, crazy credit cards. So, because my mentality was wrong. I was looking at credit card as free money, and it's not. Only use the credit card for things you can pay for with your debit card. That makes sense? So let's say you need gas. Use your credit card. I don't care if it's a $300 balance or an unlimited, right? Only put on a card what you can pay off, right? You may need gas. Get gas with the credit card, right? Give it about a week or two, pay the credit card off. That also helps if your money is slow that week, but you need some things. You need groceries. Get your groceries. Then when you get your check, you pay your credit card off. You keep doing that over and over and over again. They will turn this $300 card and they'll keep increasing your limit because now they can trust you more. They can trust you with more. And that's what I did. I've had this card for over 10 plus years now. I don't necessarily use it anymore because the interest rate on it is stupid. So a lot of y'all may say, the interest rate is stupid, close it. See, this is where you got to get smart. This is where the financial fitness works, right? This is where you got to learn these things, right? What's going on, Mr. Ragland? See, this is where you got to be smart. You don't close old credit cards, even if it has a high interest rate. Why? Because of the history on it. If you close the account, you lose the credit history. Your score will go down, even if the interest rate is high. I may put a tank of gas on this car once a year and then just pay it off. I keep paying the annual fee on it just to keep it open, because if you don't pay the annual fee, they'll close it on you. To keep the history, because history is the second biggest piece of the pie when you're talking credit. So you want to keep things open as long as possible. This is where credit cards are king, because you can keep credit cards open forever. An installment loan, like a mortgage, car payments, they end at a certain time, and once it ends, it's not going to report anymore, right? That's the difference between your installment loans and revolving installment credit and revolving credit. All right. So I had to learn this stuff. I knew nothing. I had to learn this. I knew nothing. I had to learn it. And I realized a lot of people don't know this. There's a business there because there's a void. People need to know this. This is a platform that people need. This is not lotions and potions and smell goods, which those are great, but that's not a need. You're going to need credit because you're not going to find a real estate agent like, hey, I saw that $300,000 house. Like an average house is like $300,000 now. You're not going to walk in there and find a real estate agent like, hey, I got $300,000 cash for that house. And even if you had $300,000 cash, me as a financial guy, I'm gonna tell you, don't put all that on one investment. Don't put that all on one house. Why? Because once you spend that $300,000, it's gone. What happens 2-3 years from now? Your AC goes out. This happens, guys. This happens. I got family members bought a house a year ago, and the AC started leaking through the roof. A year. You spent all your money to buy the house, then what? Same thing with cars. An average car now is like $25,000. No, an average car is like $40,000 now. Back in the day, a Honda Civic was like $9,000. That bad boy's like $25,000 now. I looked at a Tahoe the other day. A Tahoe was $94,000 for a Tahoe, a Chevy Tahoe. $94,000. I can show you the picture of this, guys. $94,000 for a Tahoe. I remember back when the Escalade came out. The Escalade came out, it was $50,000, guys, when the Escalade came out. When everybody started making rap videos about the Escalade, now the Escalade is $130,000. Juan Sabator, what's happening, brother? So I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. I've been in the car business a long time. I've been in the financial space a long time, but everybody wants to throw the burden. I've lived it. I've been in there when my debt was taking a hit. I've been there when I'm behind on bills. I've been there when the repo man comes to take your car twice. How can you come? And this is not that long ago, guys. I've been there when you're trying to plead with the tow truck driver to put the car down, but they can't because the tow truck driver is at the bank. The bank is going to pay him for picking the car up. So you're asking him to not get paid? That ain't going to work. You need to call your lien holder, sir. Work something out with them. This is where the car is going to be until you work it out. It's only going to be there for a day and a half. After that, it goes to the auction. Bam, done. So now you got to find the money. So now you got to call people and help you out. Hey, I need some help. I need to get my car back. Guys, I've made that call. Very humbling. So you think it's hard to ask somebody to help you with your credit? Try asking somebody for a couple $1,000 and try to get your car back because you didn't pay your car payment. I've been there, guys. I've been there when you couldn't pay the landlord. And the landlord said, hey, I need my money by the close of business today or tomorrow. Your stuff is going to be out. Your stuff is going to be out and the locks are going to be changed. Yeah, till today to pay it. By we close of business because tomorrow your stuff is out. I've been there, guys. There's another way out. There is a solution to all of these problems. And I want to be the one to bring it to the community. I want to bring it to everybody who says they need it, they need this help. Be the solution. Be the change you want to see, right? Be the solution that that a lot of people need, right? Over 50% of credit reports have errors in them. That means your credit score is reading lower than what it should. These credit bureaus are not a government entity. They're private companies that is solely in business of selling credit. They don't care what's right and what's wrong on there. That ain't their business. Their business is selling their credit. What that means is whoever pulls credit is buying it, right? Each dealership, anybody who runs credit buys it from the credit bureaus, right? So there's 3 credit bureaus. So a lot of the, I know dealerships, they buy a package. They'll buy a credit package where they pay per monthly for the credit stuff. But you still got to pay it. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax they can care less what's on it. They don't care if it's right or wrong. They've been paid to provide the information they have. They're going to give it to you. That's their business, right? It's up to you to make sure it's correct. It's up to you to make sure you got somebody fighting on your behalf to make sure your credit is right. If it ain't right, you need to have somebody on your behalf that's going to fix it, right? And I got a company that I got a partnership with a company that is a 90-day money-back guarantee. And if they see the right that they can sue the company, they can sue the credit bureaus, they're going to do just that on your behalf, right? So it's time for you to hire the big guns, right? Using this type of program, I went to my first credit card with a $300 limit to this card, the boss's credit card with no limit, right? Anybody who knows me personally know I am a no limit fan. I like no limit on my income, and I like no limit on my credit. All right, that's just facts. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for everybody else that needs help, right? That needs help, right? I'm doing this for the people, right? Yesterday I did a video of who would be interested in retiring in the next 6 to 10 months, and I'm so serious about that. 6 to 10 months, right? How many people you know that would like to retire in the next 6 to 10 months? I got a presentation I'm going to do on that, right? That one is not available yet. I'm going to have it. If you're interested in that information, make sure you inbox me retirement, and I'll make sure you get access to that. That's not something that's going to be out to the public, because I only want people who are interested in that to get that, right? To know that exists, and to know how this thing is planned out for you. You just got to step in there, right? If you're somebody that's looking to see how we can help you credit-wise, debt-wise, business-wise, personal loans, inbox me. Let me know what you're interested in getting information is. I don't mind sending you your information, but you got to do something. If you're not at your destination yet, what's your roadmap? How are you going to get there? Right? My story, it's a blessing, but I made it through. I'm a person that had a credit score less than 500. And I've seen it go all the way through to now in the 800s by doing this stuff, learning this stuff. And I'm going to show you how to do the exact same. Right? It's not easy, but it's simple. Right? And the reason I say it's not easy, because you're going to get that urge. We're going to see that credit score creep up to 700, and you're going to get an urge like, man, now I can go buy that car. Hold on. Hold on. You're going to get that urge to apply for all these credit cards, because you're going to start getting these pre-approvals in the mail. I get like 6 a day. You're going to get all these pre-approvals in the mail. Hey, try my credit card. Hey, try my credit card. Right? I'll give you a secret. The best credit cards never send you a letter to say pre-approval apply. I'll give you that nugget. All right? The best credit cards you want to do have commercials on TV. Those are the best credit cards you need to get. The ones that have a commercial on TV, and not the ones that are in your mailbox. I'm going to give you that nugget, right? The ones in the credit, I mean, if your credit's hurting and you need to get something, yeah, sure, by all means, get something, right? But I'm going to tell you, the ones in the mail have a high interest rate. Crazy high, right? But get with me. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer any questions that you guys have. If you want to go to the website's right here on the bottom of the screen here. Make sure you like and share this. Okay. We'd love to speak to any and talk about our next steps, our next journey to get you to your goals, right? We got a brand new week coming up. The end of the month. So the end of the month, this is what I'm gonna do for the end of the month. Anybody that gets any of my programs, any of the programs that I'm offering, the credit services, if you become an affiliate, the debt program, a business, you get any of the services that we provide, I'll give you a free vacation. I'm going to give away free vacation to everybody who gets something that does something for your financial with us. You're going to get a free vacation. It's going to be a 3-day, 2-night vacation. You can pick the destination over 50 locations, and you can use that. So anybody who gets started with us will get a free vacation. Me, I recommend doing the Affiliate Pro. That's just me. Why? Because you can monetize helping others. You get more bang for the buck. There's residual income to it. There's a portion on there that can make your car payment for you and your mortgage payment for you. This is why I did the Pro. And I can still use all of the programs. This makes more sense to me. So I can show you the options of what you got. Got a nice videos that kind of breaks it down, everything to you. Let me know if you want to get that. I'll be glad to send that over to you. But we got to do something, right? Got to do something. Get up, get out, and get something. It's like my Outcast, my boys Outcast have said, get up, get out, and get something. An amazing journey. You'll be glad you did. Right. I thank myself every day. When I take a look at this, the American Express card, I was like, man, I was a guy that couldn't pay my bills. And now I got companies fighting over me to get credit. It's a wonderful thing, guys. It's a wonderful thing. So get a free vacation. All that is out there. Inbox me. Let's go over a free needs analysis, and let's see how we can help you. Guys, have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend. And yeah, rock on.
This is why you need good credit. It's your ticket to financial freedom. Good credit isn't just a number. It's your passport to lower interest rates, better loan approvals, and even job opportunities. Struggling with bad credit? Don't worry, you can fix it. Start by checking your credit report for errors and paying down high-interest debts. Need a helping hand? Visit website for more information and resources. Remember, good credit opens doors. Let's unlock your future together.